guys, so welcome back to the channel, Dying Breed Barbecue. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be doing videos like this all the time. Today what we're going to be doing is, I got a pork belly, and what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to make pork belly burnt-ends. Now what I did is I went ahead and seasoned this last night. I used a honey barbecue rub by Meat Church. So I let it marinate in that all night. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cube it up and get it ready for some burnt ends. After I cube it up, I'm going to hit it with some more rub and let it set up for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll take it out there and throw it on the smoker. So we're just going to go ahead and cube this up. Now what you're going for basically is about 1 inch to 1.5 inch slice cubes. So 1 by 1 or 1.5 by 1.5, something like that. So you just want to take and run that knife down there. It helps if you got a good sharp knife. It helps to cut through it. Now this belly had the skin on it whenever I bought it. So what I did last night also is I went ahead and took the skin off and kind of trimmed up some of the fat cap, you know, on the back side. I didn't take off a bunch of fat, I just took off some of the nasty looking fat. Alright, so we've got it cut up now. Now I'm going to come back and cut it the other direction. Just going to go ahead and slice up these slices into little cubes. So go ahead and come back here. Alright, so here we are with the last piece. Go ahead and get it cubed up, and then we'll toss it in some more of that rub and let it kind of marinate in that rub, because I'm going to toss it in some more because where I hadn't cut it before there wasn't no rub touching the meat. So I want rub to come in contact with all that meat. So we're just going to go ahead and hit it with a little bit more rub. Now this was about a 5-pound pork belly. After I got it all trimmed up, skin off of it, all that, it weighed about 5 pounds. So it's gonna make some good burnt ends. Go ahead and get some more of the seasoning. Throw a little bit of that on there. Now this honey hog seasoning, this is good stuff. Puts a real nice color on your meat, you know. Gives it that real nice, almost golden color. Alright, so here we got it. Got that rub on all sides of the meat. It smells and looks delicious, you know. So what we got there, pork belly. We're going to let that marinade sit on there for, like I said, about 15 or 20 minutes. Kind of let it get, you know, soaked into the meat real good. I'm going to get out there and kick on the smoker, get it ready to go, you know, and we'll get back in here and get into smoking up some burnt ends. So, like I said, welcome back to the channel, Dying Breed Barbecue, smoking and grilling. Alright, so here I am, I'm firing up my smoker. What I'm going to be using today is a Pit Boss Austin XL. This is a nice machine right here. This pit does pretty much everything. So what I've done here is I went ahead and started the process of heating it up. Turned it on the smoke setting. Turned the power on, opened the lid. It blew a bunch of smoke. And now I can hear that there's a flame going in there, so it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it on up to about 300. Just because I want to burn off any grease that was left over from the previous cook. I'm going to kick it up to 300. Let it rock and roll for maybe 5 minutes. Clean the grates. Then I'm going to kick it down to 250. That's where I want to smoke those pork belly at. So I'm going to let it do its thing. After that pork belly gets marinated up, we'll put it on some trays and get it out here on the smoker. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into the process of putting them on the trays. I like to go ahead and put them on a sheet to smoke them on, because it's a lot easier to go ahead and prepare them on these and then take them outside and throw it on your smoker. So, you know, I got these at Walmart. I think it was like a 3-pack or a 6-pack, something like that. And I use them for a lot of different things. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like whenever you get it all set up. What you want to do is you want to put the fat side down, you know, and just kind of stand them up on there, and then we're going to let them smoke. But I'll just go ahead and go through putting one together right quick. Alright, there we go, we got them all set up. Now they're just ready to get out there on the smoker. Like I say, you put them on these trays. You can just pick this tray up, you know, take it outside, throw it on your grill, you're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get those out there on the grill. We're going to let them roast smoke for, I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. We've got some apple juice here. That's what I'm going to use to spritz on them. I want my internal temperature to be about 190 on, you know, one of the cubes. I'll start checking about 2.5 hours. Smoker's rolling at 250 out there. We're going to get out there and throw these babies on. Alright, so here we are with those pork belly burn-ins. They've been on there about 2.5 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I've been hitting them with this apple juice spritz about every 30 minutes. So it's about time to hit them again. We're just going to open it up and take a look. I think they're about where I want them to be, but they're not quite there. We're just going to go ahead and look at them. That meat's starting to look real pretty. We're just going to go ahead and hit it with some more spritz here. Got some potatoes and sweet potatoes on there. If you want to know how to make those, leave a comment down below. Let me know that you want to know how to do that. And you know, I'll post a video about that. But like I say, these burn-ins, they probably have about another 30 minutes maybe 45 minutes. So, you know, after they're done, we'll go in and take care of the remainder of the process to get them ready to eat. You know, this is what we do right here. Grilling and smoking in our backyard. Pit boss working like a champ. Alright, so what I've got here is I've got that pork belly. Brought it inside. It's been cooking out there for about 3 hours. Maybe 3 hours and 15 minutes. The internal temperature on it was reading about 190 to 195. That's right where I want it to be. So we're going to get on with the next step of turning this into some burn-ins. What I've got here is barbecue sauce. I made this up. It's a KC style sauce. If you want to know what's in it, you know, comment down below. I don't mind giving you what's in it. And then I'm going to take and coat them with some honey across the top. And then I'm going to season them up with a little bit of Holy Gospel by Meat Church. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm just going to go ahead and pull these babies off the grate. Chunk them in our aluminum pan here. You know, I take them up to a high temp on my initial cook because I want them to just fall apart whenever I eat them. You know, because after I season them up with this barbecue sauce and this honey, I'm going to take them out there and throw them back on the grill for about another hour. Kind of let that sauce reduce by maybe half, but you're really just looking for the caramelization. That's what you're really looking for. You want that sauce to kind of caramelize on top of this meat. I can tell by just taking these off of the foil that that meat's already ready to just pretty much fall apart. Some of it is, you know, falling apart and staying with the foil. So we're right where we need to be with this smoke for these pork belly burn-ins. Don't be shy. You know, get that stuff off the grate if you want to. I promise you, that stuff that's still on there, that's the good stuff. You're going to want that. So, we got them all thrown in here. Got them all set up here. As you can tell, they kind of start looking burnt, but they're not burnt yet. You know, but that's where the name comes from. you know. They're gonna look like burnt ends. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with the rub. I've got the Holy Gospel here. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and season them up with. I almost dropped it. My hands are so greasy. But we're just gonna go ahead and throw a little bit more rub on them. Now, if you've seen before, I seasoned them up with the Honey Hog barbecue, but then I came back with the Holy Gospel right then, just kind of give it a little different taste. You know, because I'm coming with a pretty sweet Kansas City style barbecue sauce. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw that sauce on here. What I'm using is about 1.25 to 1.5 cups of barbecue sauce. And then I'm gonna come back with about 1/4 cup of honey. We're just gonna drizzle that honey across the top of these. You know, just kind of make sure it covers them. Get all that honey out of your container there, and just make sure that you get a good coat of that honey on there, because that's gonna make them real good. So we got that all thrown on. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix that up. You know, I'm just gonna roll it around and kind of make sure that, you know, the barbecue sauce and everything is coming in contact with all the meat. You know, that's kind of what we're looking for. Alright, so there it is. We got them burnt ends all seasoned up. You know, we put the barbecue sauce on there. They're ready to go out to the smoker for about another hour. Like I say, you're just looking for caramelization. So if they're done in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, take them off. You know, if they're not done in an hour, leave them on. Because you're just looking for that sauce to reduce and to caramelize on the meat is what you're really looking for. That meat's already tender enough, it don't need to cook anymore, but you're looking for the caramelization of the sauce. So, you know, we're gonna get these back out there, throw them on the grill. We'll be back in about an hour. Alright, so we got these pork belly burnt ends here. They're ready to rock and roll. That sauce has got a good bubble to it. It's reduced down by about half. You know, it's starting to kind of caramelize on the meat, and that's what we want to see. It's been on here for about an hour since I put the sauce on it. So, you know, we're just gonna go ahead and get this inside. I'm gonna just let y'all take a look at it though, up close and personal. See kind of what it looks like. We're gonna get this inside, let it rest up. We're gonna have some pork belly burnt ends. Alright, so here we are. We got these pork belly burnt ends. They're looking real nice. You know, that sauce caramelized on them just like we wanted it to. You know, they stayed out there about another hour after I put the sauce on them. I didn't cover them in full. I just let them rock and roll. So, you know, that's kind of what we're looking at. Got that pork belly there. Let's go ahead and pull another piece out of here just to kind of show you what we're looking at. You know, you can tell it's just falling apart. That's exactly what you want. You know, you want that pork belly to just fall apart. Basically, this is meat candy. That's what it is. So, you know, stuff like this is what we do all the time. It's about a 4-hour smoke on some pork belly burnt ends. They are delicious. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, punch the like button. We'll be doing stuff like this all the time. Grilling and smoking, smoking and grilling, stuff you can do in your backyard.